Assalamualaikum. Hope you all are well. And hope you all have had a lovely Eid. You know, I had a class last week, but most of you didn't come. But anyways, we had a class. But I'm going to repeat the class so that you all can have a recap and just revise what we, it's most of the things, you should be knowing because the class is on Akhlaq. Okay. Okay, so I hope you can see all the class. So shall we start? I have done my niyat. My niyat is to teach you for the pleasure of Allah, okay? Because whenever we do any work, children, it's very important that we do it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Allah is the most important person. And he's the one who's going to give us all the gifts and presents that we want. Though our parents and friends sometimes give us gifts, but Allah is the source of everything. Who gave them money? Allah gave them money, didn't they? So I'm here to teach you all about Islam, because Islam is the best religion. Okay, shall we start? What do we say? A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi zidni ilma. Rabbi zidni ilma. Oh Lord, my Lord, oh Allah, increase me in knowledge. Okay, because if Allah wants, then only our knowledge will increase. And sometimes when I'm sitting quietly, when I'm driving or while I'm going to school to teach, I just, repeat this dua all the time. Oh Lord, Rabbi zidni ilma, Rabbi zidni ilma. And Allah increases my knowledge a lot. Okay, so we should all repeat this dua. What else do we need to say? We don't need classroom rules. We all know that, don't we? Yes. So today's class is about not wasting food, and about our eating manners and about kindness to our parents. Okay. So let's see. I forgot to bring the book. I'll just bring it. Okay, yes, our book is here. So we should be kind to our parents. I'm sure you already know, because these are basic akhlaq, and everybody should know that it's very good to be nice to our parents. Our imams have told us that we should be kind to our parents, and Allah blesses us a lot when we be kind to our parents, and not just to our parents. We need to be kind to everybody, don't we? Yes, we need to be kind to everybody. And do you remember what we did last time? We said the story about saying InshaAllah. There was a boy who didn't used to say InshaAllah, but then he started saying, his things didn't happen, but he started saying InshaAllah later. Okay. Okay. Just let me do a quick, I need to tell my daughter that she needs to attend the Quran class. Okay, yes. Let's see. Saying InshaAllah, okay? And do not be selfish. We should not be selfish. And we need to be kind to others. We need to be doing, keeping ourselves clean all the time. We should keep our hands and our face tidy. And you know about coronavirus, how much cleanliness has become important. But we should, as Muslims, we should be all the more nice in our behavior, and should be all the more clean. We should set an example to others that we are very clean people, shouldn't we? Okay, let's see. What else? And how we can be clean? We can comb our hair. We can wash our hands. And what else we can do? We can have a shower. And what else can we do? We can brush our teeth. So we can do the floss. So when you brush your teeth, then Allah becomes very happy. If you brush your teeth before namaz, then you get all the more blessings for namaz. And Imam Hassan alayhi salam, what he used to do at the time of doing namaz, he used to wear the best clothes. The wedding clothes, in fact, the party clothes he used to wear. And somebody used to ask him, "Oh, Imam, why do you wear party clothes for namaz?" He said, "I'm going to meet the most important, a most important person in my life. I'm going to meet Allah. I'm going to meet God. So if you're going to meet some important person, for example, if you're going for a very important meeting, do you wear just scruffy clothes? Do you wear dirty clothes, smelly clothes? No, you wear the best clothes. So when I'm going to meet Allah, who's going to give me all the presents, I should wear the best clothes. For example, if you're going to meet the queen, will you be wearing scruffy clothes? Will you be wearing clothes which are dirty? No. So sometimes even I try that when I go and read namaz, I put on the best clothes, one of the good clothes that I have. You should try that and you'll have, more concentration in your namaz. Allah will become very happy. He'll be your best friend. And remember, Allah is your best friend. There's nobody who loves you more than Allah. Okay, just remember that. And the more you'll be a friend of Allah, the more presence you will get in Jannat. Okay. Let's see what else can we do to become closer to Allah. What we can do is we can cut our nails so that we are nice and tidy. It's not good to have long, sharp nails because it might hurt somebody. We might have some dirt stuck in our nails. So it's better to have clean nails, okay? Nails which are cut short. Okay, let's see. In Islam, wasting is not allowed. Wasting any kind of food or any toys or anything, even wasting clothes is not allowed. For example, if you don't need something, you should give that thing in charity. So Allah does not like things which, Allah does not like people who waste things. So in Islam, we are taught that we should not waste. This means that we should not take more than we need and then throw away the extra. So one day our eighth Imam Raza was walking down the street and saw a half-eaten apple on the ground. When he saw this, he said, Allah does not like those who waste. So in Quran, in our holy book, which is a very important book, okay, children, you should remember that it's the most important book of your life. It tells you how to be successful. It tells you how to be good. It tells you how to behave. It tells you how to sleep. It tells you how to have a good akhlaq with your parents and with the other family members and how to behave nicely with others. And on top of that, we have got some sayings of the prophets in Ahlul Bayt. Okay, so Quran has got 6,616, round about that ayat. So not everything is in Quran. In Quran, it's very short. It's a short book. But when we look at the hadiths of the prophets and imams, we find the details. Okay, how does Allah want us to do things? Okay, Muhammad Ayan Jafri, do you want to talk? Let's see. Let's see. What do we have? Participants who raised hand? Somebody raised hand? Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay. So maybe we'll talk later. Okay, I'll talk later with you. Then wasting, we can make sure that we don't waste by using things the way Allah wants us to use them and taking only as much food as we can eat and not buying things we do not need. Okay, sometimes we buy things, sometimes, we buy food which we do not need. Sometimes we buy clothes which we do not need. Allah does not like it because, in the world, there are so many poor people. Would you like to throw away food in the bin and not eat? You should think about people who do not have enough to buy. They don't have enough food. And that's why we should not be wasting food. Okay, Allah does not like it. Allah has given us a blessing. Allah has given, alhamdulillah, enough money to buy food. But Allah does not like it that we should waste. And even, in case of water, there was a person who was doing wuzu beside the river and he was using a lot of water. Then Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he passed by, he said, "Oh, my dear companion, you should not be wasting water. You should do wuzu, but take only as much water as you want. You should not waste." He said, "Oh, Prophet of Allah, is there something like wasting water, even if you're beside the river, and even if you're beside, doing wuzu?" He said, Prophet Muhammad said, "Yes, there is. You should not waste water, even if you're doing wuzu. So you should not waste water while you're brushing your teeth. So take only as much water as you need, but don't waste water, okay? So, and buy only the things that you need. Don't waste them, okay? So let's see what else. So, and it's written in Surah Araf. So Allah says in Surah Araf, "Eat and drink, but do not waste." Our Imams were such a good example. They are our role models. And for girls, there's Bibi Fatma Salamu Alaiha, there's Bibi Zainab Salamu Alaiha, there's Bibi Khadija Salamu Alaiha, and Bibi Maryam, Bibi Asiya. They're such a good role models for us. For girls, somebody told me there are singers who are very popular, but Allah will not, only Allah knows about them, but our role models are Islamic role models. Do you want to get a lot of things when you go to heaven? A lot of blessings. So we should follow Islamic role models, okay? Like Bibi Khadija, she was a businesswoman. She was a very wealthy woman. She had a lot of jewelry. She had lots of precious diamonds. She had a lot of money, but she spent all her money for the propagation for Islam. She gave all her money to her husband. She said, "Oh, my dear Prophet of Allah, you should take all my money and spread it and spread Islam." So, and how much would she get in Jannat? Allah is going to give her so many blessings when she goes to heaven, okay? So Allah blesses you when you spend in the way of Allah and not waste things, okay? So what else? Eating manners, okay? So there are some eating manners which I know that you should not eat very fast. You should not eat while standing. You should say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim before you start eating. And you should say Shukran Alhamdulillah after you have finished eating. Because there are some people who don't have enough food in the world to eat. And, I know of an uncle, and he was admitted in the hospital, and he could not eat with his mouth, but there was a pipe in his through his nose, and the doctors were putting medicine and food through his nose, but he could not taste anything. He was only lying down like he was a sick person. He was only lying down and he could not eat anything properly. He was only eating through the pipe in his nose. So when we eat with our mouth, when we taste things, what we should be doing? We should be saying, Alhamdulillah, oh Allah, I can taste things, I can eat things, and oh Allah, you've given me hands to eat. So some of the, people who are very close to Allah, whenever they put anything in their mouth, with every morsel, they say, Shukran Alhamdulillah, oh Allah, thank you. Because Allah has given us mouth, Allah has given us tongue to taste food, Allah has given us teeth to bite food, Allah has given us food pipe so that the food can go through, down into a body, into a stomach. And there's so much, which happens in our body, then we can get energy from the food. If Allah had not given us, all these special organs, we could not have eaten properly. Okay, let's see who's ready to talk. Let's see if there's anybody who wants to talk to me. Let's see. Does anybody want to talk to me? I don't know if it will happen or not happen. Okay, Muhammad Ayan Jafri, mashallah, you're always ready to talk, aren't you? Let me see, where are you, Muhammad Ayan Jafri? Okay, Ira Zeddy, unmute. Do you want to talk, Ira? What do you want to say?
How do they give litter? I mean, like, how do they give poor people other stuff that you don't need?
Okay, that's a very good question. I don't know, when I want to explain that when you don't waste food, then you only buy as much as you need. Then there's always extra food which is left. And then sometimes, Tesco, I've seen in my school what happens, there's a Tesco, they do a food bank, and whichever food in the baking section, whatever is left, they give it to poor people free of cost. Okay, so it's better not to have buy extra things. Okay, and Akbar Bukhari, do you want to talk? Akbar Bukhari, is it you who wants to talk?
No.
No? Oh, okay, that's fine. Hina Ali, do you want to talk? I haven't muted you. Let's see. Did it work? Did not work. Okay, it's not working. Hina, it's not working. I'm sorry. I'm trying, it's not working. I'll try one more time. No, it's not working. That's okay, children. We'll try and talk some other time, okay? I will try and unmute you some other time. Okay, let's see, what are the eating manners we should know? Okay, children, I'll try and some other time to talk to you, okay? So my eating manners checklist: wash my hands before I eat. So you should wash your hands because there are so many germs which we can't see. So we need to wash our hands, saying Bismillah before I eat, and we need to sit up straight, okay? And also the good manners are wait for your parents to begin before you take food. Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam, whenever he used to sit with his mummy, he just used to wait for his mummy to begin food, because he said that I don't want my hand on the food. For example, I want my mummy to begin food first, so that both of us are not wanting the same food. For example, if there is, for example, one chicken nugget in the plate or two chicken nuggets in the plate, for example, Imam Zainul Abidin said, if my mommy wanted one chicken nugget, I wanted the same chicken nugget, then he used to wait for his mummy to pick up the chicken nugget, for example, and then he used to eat, then he used to put his hand out to pick up the food. He used to wait for his mother. And some people say that he never used to eat with his mummy, so that both of them are not wanting the same food. So he used to respect his mummy so much that he used to wait for his mummy to finish eating, and then he used to eat whatever is left from her, okay? And chew your food properly. So, but if you don't chew your food properly, then the big lumps of food, they go into your mouth and they don't digest very well, okay? And then you don't get so much energy if you don't chew your food properly. Okay, so it's very important to chew your food properly. And also saying Bismillah is so important, that one day, Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he was eating food with some children. And in the middle of, while they were eating, Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he started smiling. Because he never used to laugh loudly. He never used to. So he started eating. And they all were eating, and Prophet Muhammad, when he started smiling, the children asked, "Oh, Prophet of Allah, why are you smiling?" Then Prophet of Allah said, somebody had forgotten to say Bismillah, and the shaitan had eaten all their food. But when the child remembered to say Bismillah, what did the shaitan do? Shaitan vomited. Because when you say Bismillah, then the food goes into your mouth, into your stomach. But when you But when you forget to say Bismillah, all the food goes into Shaitan's tummy. And that's what Shaitan said, you know, when Allah said, oh, Shaitan, you can't live in, in heaven. You have to go out of the heaven. Then Shaitan said, oh, Prophet of, oh, Allah, what am I going to eat? And Allah said, oh, Shaitan, whenever people would forget to say Bismillah, all the food is going to go into your tummy. So Shaitan gets all our food when we forget to say Bismillah. Okay. Oh. So that's the quiz. Do you want to do this quiz, children? What good things should Muslims do? Okay. Let's see how many of you can answer this quiz. So what good things Muslims should do? Let's see, children, you should attempt this quiz. What good things Muslims should do? When should we say Bismillah? How many of you are voting? Come on, you need to vote. As Muslims, wow, well done. As Muslims, we should not tell lies, should not tell lies or steal. Yes, Salah is talking to Allah. Prophet Muhammad has said, Salah is the key to heaven. Well done. I'm so proud of you for doing it right. So have all of you voted? Let's see. Okay, let's continue the questions, shall we? Shall I end the polling now? Have you finished, children? I'm sure you have. Let's see, does anyone of you want to talk to me? Okay, 3 participants raised hands. Let's see, I will try and mute you and see what happens. Oh, okay. Okay, it's, yes. Nida, do you want to talk? Is your name Nida?
Before I see the question, my name is not Nida. I'm Fatima, and
Oh,
my
Fatima.
sister's Lina.
Oh, okay.
And
what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about eating manners? Do you want to talk about how was your Eid? What do you want to talk about? Sorry?
Eating.
You want to talk about
eating manners?
Eating manners? Okay, what do you want to talk about eating manners?
When you're eating, you should not make a noise.
Yes, that's a very good point. You should not be making noise, and you should, what else? What about your mouth? Should your mouth be fully open or closed?
It should be closed when you're chewing it.
Yes, it should be closed when you're chewing it. That's very good. That's very well done. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's see if I can unmute. Yes. Zadi, is it your name, Qurat?
No.
Okay, what's your name?
Raza.
Rida. Okay, that's a very nice name. I love the name Rida. Okay, so do you want to talk about eating manners, Rida?
No.
No. Do you want to talk about how was your Eid?
No, okay. What if you don't be thankful to Allah?
Okay. So what do you want to talk to Allah about?
No, what if you don't be thankful to Allah?
Okay, then what happens? You want to tell me? Sometimes there are people who are not thankful to Allah, but Allah is very kind and He's very generous. He still gives things to people. But then maybe perhaps in heaven they might not be getting as many presents, because we all want a present when we go to heaven. Do you want a present?
Yes.
Yes, I would like to have lots of presents. So if I thank Allah a lot, Allah will give me those many presents. So for example, if I want thousands and thousands and thousands of presents, for example, 100,000 presents, I need to thank Allah 100,000 times and say, oh Allah, I love you so much. So the more love you will show to Allah, and the more you follow Allah, for example, Allah says you should not tell lies. So say, oh Allah, I don't tell lies because I like you a lot. Oh Allah, I want to be friends with you. And Allah is your best friend. Allah is your best friend, and Allah would really like you. Okay, Allah would really love you. Okay, and you will get a lot of presents. I'm sorry, there's a problem with Skype. Sorry. Okay, let's see Sayyida Fatma. Do you want to talk?
See, of Sifat. What do you want to say?
When are we learning? When are we be learning about Quran?
Okay, you know, you have to register separately for Quran. So this is not a Quran class. This is a class about Islamic history, ikhlaq, and fiqh. Okay, Quran will be separate. So you need to register yourself for the Quran class separately. I'm not sure if you have the Quran class. I think they don't have any Quran class at the moment. I'm not too sure. You need to email the MUS, Majlis Ulema Shia Europe. They will know. Okay, I'm not too sure about it. I'm sorry. Okay. Raza, you want to talk?
Is it okay if we first eat khana, then we go play, and then we go back to eat khana?
I think Allah says you should respect food, because Allah has given you food. Then you should respect. You should not make the food wait for you. Instead, you should wait for the food. Okay, Allah has given lot of importance to food. So if you respect food, then Allah will give you lots of food. Because, you know, I know of a person who, what he used to do was that when his mommy used to cook food for him, he said, I don't like this food, and he used to throw away the food. When he grew up, then he did not get much food. He only used to get very bad food to eat. And sometimes his wife didn't cook food for him. And then he realized, oh, because I used to throw away food when my mommy used to cook for me, that's why I don't get enough food now. So we should, what we should do is, we should respect food, okay? We should love Allah and we should respect food, okay? Let's see, what else?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good girls. Let's see, we should continue the class now. Okay. I'm really happy that you all talk to me. I really like talking to all of you. Okay, eating manners. So look at the picture above, and on the next page, which picture is practicing the hadith? Do you think that they're practicing the hadith nicely? Do you think they're eating nicely? What do you think the family is doing? Do you think, are they rushing when they chew their food? Okay, let's see. Zara. Okay, it's not happening, Zara. Yes, it's happening now. Okay, Zara, do you want to, Zara Karyana, do you want to talk? What do you want to say? Zara, do you want to talk? Okay, do you not want to talk? Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Muhammad Ayan, do you want to talk?
Yes.
What do you want to say about this picture? What do you want to say about this picture? Do you think they're practicing the hadith nicely?
They are eating properly.
They're eating properly, yes. They're eating their food nicely, aren't they? They're being
Teacher,
very
I
good.
want to say, I may say something.
Okay, what do you want to say?
I have a bad manner for wasting food, but when I realized this, so I said, my mother, if I waste food, so please give to poor or share to animals.
Yes, that's very good. But it's very good to share with animals. But sometimes in some places, what happens that when you put it in the garden, some bad animals come and eat the food. So so it's better to only take little food, okay? So as much food as you can eat. And then you can take the second helping and you can take the third helping. And at the same time, you know, it's not good when you go to a restaurant. When you go to a restaurant, sometimes it happens that there's a buffet and you can eat as much as you want. But there I have seen people wasting food. So it's not good to waste food, but take only as much food as you need, okay? Don't take extra food. So yes, this family is practicing the hadith very nicely. Hinali, do you want to talk?
We should give them to someone else.
Yes, we should give to somebody else. And also, you know, for beggars, you know, sometimes people are begging food. So it's a good idea, instead of giving them money, you should give them food, because some people, they buy drugs with the money, or sometimes they buy, you know, they waste money in drinking alcohol, you know, if you see beggars. But if you give them food, they will eat the food, okay? So instead of giving money, it's better to give them food, okay? And if you go to a homeless person's house, not homeless, you know, he won't have a house, sorry. So if you go to a homeless charity, you can say that I'm giving food to them. I want to give food to them. And for example, in coronavirus, we have sent so much money to the poor people in Pakistan, in India, and it's a very good habit to give food to others, okay? Well, that's what our imams used to do. Our imams, in the middle of the night, they used to take a lot of food in big bags, and they used to take it to the poor people, and they used to cover their face so that nobody could recognize them. And they used to give food to them, okay? To the poor people. Look at this family. What do you think? Are they practicing the hadith nicely? Let's see. Zara hasn't talked to me. Okay. Zara, do you want to talk?
Miss?
Are they practicing?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What are they doing? Can you tell me?
I think that they're eating their properly. They're not rushing.
Yes, they are eating it with their right hand. They are not rushing. I'm sure they must have said Bismillah. And it's also a good habit for girls to cover their heads
And
while they eat. You know, that's what we do in our family, that when we eat food, girls always cover their head. Allah blesses us more, okay, when we do like that. Let's see. Oh, what else do we do? Oh, look, and it says kindness to parents. You know, kindness to everybody is important, but whenever Allah talks about kindness, Allah talks about, are you being kind, Zara, to your parents?
yes, I help them with chores, and sometimes I give my mom the last piece before I eat
Oh,
it.
that's really nice. That's really, really cute that Allah says you'll get a lot of happiness when you give something which you love the best. For example, there are two sweets in a plate, and one sweet you like it a lot, and one sweet you don't like it that much. But if you give the sweet you like the best to others, Allah will be extra kind to you on the day of judgment. You know, when we go to heaven, Allah will give you, for example, a lot of sweets which you like the best. So you will get a lot more happiness when you give something which you love. Okay, so in everything, you should give others, we should give presents which you love yourself. Okay, you should not think, okay, I don't like this present, I should give it to somebody else. No, you should give the things which you like. Okay, then other person will also like it. Okay.
No, you shouldn't give it to somebody else. But
Yeah.
I pick the perfect.
Do you want to speak again, Zara? Okay, I think I'm going to continue the lesson. Can't hear you very well, but
Thank you.
you're welcome. Good girl. Let's see. Zara, do you want to mute yourself? It's getting difficult for me to mute you. Okay, let's see. Let's move on. So kindness to parents, it's written in Surah Al-Baqarah that you should be very kind to your parents. Okay. And now we are going to talk about the Prophet's family. So who are the Prophet's family? The Prophet's family are the Ahlul Bayt. Okay, so Prophet's family are our 12 Imams. Okay. Do you remember we talked about Ahlul Kisa? So who were the Panjatan Pak, the 5 holy people. So there were Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, there was Bibi Fatima Sallallahu Alaiha, there was Imam Ali Alayhi Salam, Imam Hassan Alayhi Salam, and Imam Hussein Alayhi Salam. And Allah promised them that I'm always going to keep them nice and pure. That's what Allah has promised. And Allah is the best at keeping promises. And that's why we say Ahlul Bayt are the best, okay? Because Allah has promised them in the Holy Quran that Allah is going to always keep them pure. And the Ahlul Bayt have the best of manners. And do you remember the story I told you that if you follow somebody who has not got the best of manners, then we become like them. But if we follow somebody who has got the best manners, who is very good at talking, who's very good in studies, who is very good at keeping his promises, like our prophets and imams. You know, they were big scientists and they were very big mathematicians. Imam Ali alayhi salam was a very big mathematician. He knew a lot of maths. He could do big sums. He knew it by heart. So if you ask him very, very difficult maths question, he would just tell you. And Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam, Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum, he knew a lot about medicine. In fact, all the Imams knew a lot about medicine and maths and science. Okay. Okay, Sayyida, do you want to talk about it? What do you want to talk? Do you want to tell us something about Prophet's family?
If he be a good Muslim, will a prophet come to your house?
Yes, you know, angels visit the house in which Quran is recited, and even our 12th Imam visit our house sometimes if we are very nice and if we remember a lot our 12th Imam, and they come to our house. And in Hadith it is said that when you have majlis or jashan in which you talk about Allah and Prophet, then they do visit your house, but you can't see them. Okay, but they visit your house. So if you want the prophets and imams to attend your house, to come to your house, you should talk a lot about Quran and you should talk a lot about Ahlul Bayt. Okay, then they will come to your house. Okay, mashallah, well done. So we talked about Ahlul Bayt. So Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the father of Bibi Fatima Salam Alaiha. Then we have Imam Hussein Alayhi Salam. Imam Ali Alayhi Salam is the cousin of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and he's also the husband of Bibi Fatima Salam Alaiha. Then we have Imam Hassan Alayhi Salam. Okay, and after them we have our 12 Imams. They are the shining stars. If you want Ahlul Bayt to come to your house, You should talk about them. There's so many stories on Ilsoft Tech. There's a website. Maybe I could send you the link on Dojo. Have you all got connected on Dojo? Sometimes I send, quizzes on Dojo. And recently, I told you about some websites on Dojo. There's a Dojo app in which you have to ask your parents to join it, okay? The Dojo app. Okay, then your parents can send messages to me. Let's see, has somebody raised hand? Okay, Ayan, do you want to talk about Dojo? What do you want to talk about, Dojo?
I have Dojo. I saw your message. We are going to finish that book 1 and going to book 2.
Yes, regarding book 2, children, that I have had a talk, we have had a meeting, and in which it is decided that at the moment we are not going to start book 2, but we are going to have, we'll decide it in the meeting, okay? So that's what our initial plan was, to start book 2, but our plans have changed and we are going to discuss further what we are going to do. But of course, we are finishing book 1 very soon, okay? Maybe in the next lesson, our book 1 will be finished. And you all will be knowing all about book 1. So you'll be knowing all about history, you'll be knowing about Ahl Bayt, you'll be knowing about Panjatan Pak, whatever is in book 1, okay? And inshallah, you will have some kind of assessment, some kind of a test for book 1. And I'm sure you'll do very well, okay? It's all very basic, okay? I've made a Kahoot for you. There's a quiz called Kahoot. I've made a book Kahoot quiz for you. You all can go on Kahoot quiz and do the Kahoot quiz, okay? And maybe I'll send you a link. Okay, let's see. Okay. So we need to talk about Hajj. So what is Hajj? Hajj is in the month of Zul-Hijjah. So we have finished with Eid al-Fitr, which comes after Mahi Ramazan, the month of Ramazan, and we are going to this is the month of Shawwal, and then Ziqad will come. After Ziqad, the month of Zul-Hijjah comes. Zul-Hijjah. So in Zul-Hijjah, in the month of Zul-Hijjah, we have the big thing which is called Hajj, okay? So people have to go to Makkah to perform Hajj. It happens only in a certain period, and what do people do? They wear special clothes, special white clothes, they wear ihram, and they go for Hajj, okay? And after they have performed Hajj, there's a big Eid which is called Eid al-Adha, okay, in which the sacrifice of a sheep is done, okay? People sacrifice sheep, and the boys shave their head, the girls also shave some, cut some of their hair, and that Eid is called the Eid al-Adha, okay? So how did Kaaba, Kaaba came into being? So Kaaba was there even during the time of Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, but then Allah ordered again Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam to build Khane Kaaba along with Prophet Ismail alayhi salam. So, and the Kaaba was built in Makkah, and we face the direction of Kaaba every day to offer our salah, so to offer our namaz. Every year, many people perform Hajj and visit the Kaaba. So sometimes people go there for Umrah, and a lot of people go to perform Hajj. So Hajj is wajib. That means you should do Hajj once in your lifetime if you've got enough money. Okay. There are some conditions which you need to fulfill, which you need to do before you go for Hajj. But if you've got enough money and if you are healthy enough, you should go and perform Hajj and visit the Khane Kaaba. Wouldn't it be great to visit Khane Kaaba? It would be awesome to visit Khane Kaaba, because every day when we perform namaz, when we do salah, we look at Khane, when we face the direction of Khane Kaaba. Okay, let's see what does Nadia want to say. Yes, what do you want to say, darling? Okay. Oh, do you want to talk to Nadia? Nadia, do you want to talk to me about something? No, I think she just raised hand without realizing she has raised hand. That's fine. Nadia Jaffrey, unmute. Okay, just leave it for now. Okay, let's see. What else do we need to do now? Okay, in Hajj, people go to Kaaba in Makkah to pray to Allah. So why do they go there? They go to pray to Allah. And some people walk there, some people go by ship. And you know, in olden days, a lot of people used to walk, even our imams, you know, a lot of them used to walk to visit Khana Kaaba. And on the way, they used to help all the other pilgrims who were going for Hajj. So they used to join a qafila. They used to join a group in which nobody recognized them. So what they used to do, they used to do a lot of chores for others, because when you do chores for others, you get more blessings. And it was a very hot place. So how people used to travel? They used to travel, some people travel on camels. A lot of people travel by air, because if they're very, very far away, they can't travel by car or they can't travel by camel. So what do? They travel by plane. Okay, and some of them travel by bus as well. Okay, some of you have raised hands. What do you want to talk to me about? Nadia, do you want to talk to me about something?
True that Mullah Ali was born in the Kaaba.
Yes, Imam Ali al-Islam was born in Kaaba. Yes, he was. And there was a wall which got separated, which opened up just for his mummy. And there's a sign still there. If you go, even though some of the bad people, they want to hide that Imam Ali al-Islam was not born there, but still there's a crack in the wall. You know, Imam Ali al-Islam was so special. He was the only person to be born in Khana Kaaba. And his mummy did not go through the door of Khana Kaaba. Allah opened the wall for her. So the wall opened, for example, you know, you're standing in front of Khana Kaaba and the wall opens for you. And instead of his mummy running away, Imam Ali's mummy running away, oh no, what is happening? As if an earthquake was coming, she entered into the Kaaba. And then the wall got closed. And she stayed in Khana Kaaba for 3 days. So imagine, people go to hospital when they're going to have a baby, but Bibi Fatima bint Asad, she went into the Kaaba. So Kaaba became a hospital for her. So, and Allah was serving her. Allah sent some special angels, and some people say some special women came to serve Bibi Fatima bint Asad. So Allah had provided for 3 days for her food, for her medicines, and Allah was looking, Allah had sent special people to look after Bibi Fatima bint Asad. And on the 3rd day, she came out. And Imam Ali al-Islam had not opened his eyes for 3 days. So, but Bibi Fatima bint Asad, she was not worried. She was very happy. When she came out, Prophet Muhammad was there, and he took the baby in his hands. So Imam Ali al-Salam said, Assalamu alayka ya Rasulallah. And he read some special Quranic verses. And Prophet Muhammad was very pleased to see Imam Ali al-Salam. Okay. Let's see. So we celebrate Eid al-Adha every year to remember the sacrifice of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. So what was Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam asked to do? Allah asked Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam to sacrifice Prophet Ismail alayhi salam. So for example, he saw a dream and he saw that he's sacrificing his son. And he's killing his son with a knife, Prophet Ismail. Prophet Ismail al-Islam was born after a long time, so he was very, very dear to him. But Allah ordered Prophet Ibrahim al-Islam that you'll have to sacrifice your son for me. Prophet Ibrahim al-Islam said, oh Allah, just to please you, I'm willing to do everything. So Prophet Ibrahim took Prophet Ismail and he took a very big knife, and it was a very sharp knife, and he blindfolded himself so that he cannot see that he's going to kill his son. And Prophet Ismail also was a prophet, and he was a very good son. And he also loved Allah a lot. So, but Shaitan came to them and he said, "Oh, look, Ismail, your daddy wants to kill you." But Hazrat Ismail said, "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Oh, naughty Shaitan, go away. I don't want to listen to you. You're trying to make me go away from the path of Allah. You're trying to make me listen to you, Shaitan, but I'm not going to be your friend. I'm Allah's friend. And Allah wants me to be sacrificed, so I want to get sacrificed." And Prophet Ibrahim alayhis salam also said to naughty Shaitan, "Shaitan, you need to go away from me. You're very naughty. I don't want to listen to you." And Prophet Ibrahim alayhis salam was a friend of Allah. His title is he's Khalilullah. So when Prophet Ismail alayhis salam was lying down and Prophet Ibrahim was about to kill him, what happened? Instead of Prophet Ismail, Hazrat Jibreel alayhis salam came, and instead of Prophet Ismail, there came a sheep by miracle of Allah. So that's why we sacrifice a sheep on Eid al-Adha. Okay, and when we go to Khane Kaaba, we do tawaf. That means we go around Khane Kaaba 7 times. Okay, so when we go around Khane Kaaba, we have to face Khane Kaaba, and we have to do a special dua, and it is called the special dua of Hajj. We keep reciting that, and everybody is wearing white ihram, that means white clothes. And you can do this activity, so you can do tawaf with your fingers by dipping them in 7 different colors of paint. So if you've got your books, then what you can do is you can put your fingers in 7 different colors and do the tawaf of Khane Kaaba. Let's see. So what did we do today? We learned about, what did we learn about? We learned about not wasting food. We learned about being kind to our parents. We learned about which good things, which good akhlaq we need to have. We need to think about what else we need to do. We need to think about how we can be nice to others, how we can be kind to others, how to chew our food properly, and all the good things we should do, and how we celebrate Eid al-Adha. So because Eid al-Adha is going to come soon in the month of Zil-Hijjah, okay? And I told you which where you can buy the MUS books from. You can buy from Majlis-e Ulema Shia Europe, okay? So shall we recite dua first? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma kulli waliyikal Hujjat ibn al-Hasan salawatuka alayhi wa ala abaihi fi hazihi sa wa fi kulli sa waliyan wa hafiza wa qaidan wa nasira wa dalilan wa ina hatta tuskinahu arzuka tawa wa tumattihu fiha tawila birahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. It's very important, children, that every day you should remember our 12th Imam. Imam Ali alayhi salam has said that that's the best dua that you can do. Okay, so inshallah our class is finished for today. We'll meet again inshallah next time. Okay, Allah Hafiz, children. Allah Hafiz. Good boys and girls, mashallah. I'm so proud of you. Allah Hafiz.